Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Sorry about that. You couldn't hear me. I was saying that right now I'm live on Instagram also. So if you are there over on Instagram, you should be able to see me. And you should be able to hear me. Great. Everybody can hear. All right. We all good. Good. So here's what I want to do. I want to talk today about Miss Sha'carri Richardson. And she lost me last year when she got arrested for beating on her man in the airport. Okay. She lost me with that. But now she got arrested again. This time for speeding. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to share with you guys the body cam. Okay. The body cam footage of her being arrested. It's only a couple of minutes long. So give me a little quick minute here. We're going to share it. Okay. So you should be able to see the body cam right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. And then we talk about it.
You're flashing them to get out of your way, are you? Let's give you a path to get past them. See what you do. $100, $101, passing the car at $101, $103, $104. County motor 50, copy 50. Gonna be 429 northbound at Stony Brook, Florida tag. On a gray Aston Martin, unknown occupants.
Now, mind you, before I allow this to continue, she's going 104 miles per hour in the daytime in regular traffic on an expressway. Okay. Watch how she behaves when this cop actually gets out of this car.
would wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McDaniels with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous, excessive speeding.
I understand my tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your way, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I communicate with you, sir. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't, but you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
So I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here and it's slid on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode, and I see that. My apologies, sir. Please, I communicate.
The mode has nothing to do with your gas pedal.
No.
I need your license, your registration, and your insurance.
Please, sir, I really want to work. Can you really work with me, sir? I promise you, I am a law-abiding citizen. I have my ID, my insurance on my phone. There was no intention of me speeding today. I promise you, sir.
Is this a good address for you, Lake Valley Drive?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I love this, sir. Please work with me. I promise you.
I don't know what work with you means.
Not work with me. I understand that. I will take the ticket. I will show the
No,
court.
like I told you, you're going to jail.
Please don't allow me to go in. Please, sir. Please.
Listen to me.
Please, sir. I really.
If nothing you say is going to change that. You are going to jail.
Sir, am I going to jail, Jake?
Yes.
Sir, I really was not intentionally speeding at
That's
all.
even more scary.
Sir,
That means that you're doing
please.
things unintentionally
No,
on a
sir,
task that
please,
requires
please,
all
sir,
your attention.
Sir, please, please, I'm begging you.
You are going to have a little bit of time to make some phone calls. You are going to jail. I am towing your car.
Please, sir, don't take me to jail. I will do everything.
No.
I will do everything.
You have two options.
Listen. My tire, sir, please.
Listen, you have two options.
Please, sir.
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car.
Damn, I swear.
The second option is you are going to go to jail in a cage car.
No,
Which do you prefer?
I promise you, I don't want to go to jail. I'm right here. I have a team here. I have a coach, everything, sir. I was not intentionally doing anything, and I am.
You're not listening. You're repeating yourself and not listening. Nothing you say is going to change.
Sir, I want to.
All right, so make some phone calls, but people know that you're going to have a $500 bond.
Okay. Now, y'all was able to see that. The babbling. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about a mindset. We're going to talk about being able to take a hyena out of the boneyard, but not being able to take the boneyard out of the hyena. I want y'all to keep in mind the Bible verse that I'm going to loosely paraphrase, part of which says, a fool and their money will soon part or are soon parted. And I want y'all to really think about what that means. Here we have a female who, when she hit our radar a few years back, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, she hit the scene as the new, like, you know what I'm saying, speedster. She highly talented, very talented track and field star, okay? Amazing speed and all of that. She first hit our radar by not being able to be eligible for the Olympics because she got caught with weed in her system. Okay. When she got caught with weed in her system and she was not eligible to enter into the Olympics, she stood somewhere on those news channels and the people who were interviewing her and made a lot of excuses about what's going on and I'm not done and this, that, and the third. All right. I saw a young lady who was very talented, but was prone to get into her own way because you allowed yourself to be somewhere smoking weed, knowing full and well you have these track meets coming up and there's a big opportunity in front of you and you blew it. But she came back. A couple of years after that incident, she came back. She was able to qualify. It seemed as if she had some focus about herself, that maybe she had listened to somebody and they told her, listen, girl, you either gonna make it or you not. And if you keep on doing stupid stuff, you're gonna blow your talent and your opportunity to make something out of yourself using your talent. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So it appeared as if she came back with some focus. Are y'all with me? I need y'all to stay with me. I see the super chats. Thank you so much. I'm going to get to them in just a moment. I appreciate them so very much. Okay. Now, like, what's her name? Off of America Next Top Model. We were rooting for you. I was rooting for her. When she came back on the scene and she seemed like she was focused and she wasn't about that foolishment, then she got my attention. I said, well, look at the young lady. She was winning them races, Tyra. Thank you, Tyra Banks. She was winning them races. She qualified. Every time that relay race come upon my timeline, I watch it. The one with her and TT Terry and the other two ladies. And they end up beating Jamaica. That relay race is the bomb. I love that. I love watching it. I said, look at her. You know what I'm saying? She focused. She locked in. She locked in, got herself together, took it. Okay. The talent is obvious. She lost me again when she got caught up last year on airport cameras whooping on that boyfriend of hers she got. Now, that caught me off guard because I thought she was a lesbian, okay? But she ended up with this other man who was also a track and field star, okay? She gonna bring him down. She in the airport trying to whoop on this man. He ain't laid a hand on her. She pushing and carrying on. She just carrying on. Airport cameras is everywhere. The airport police just pulled up. Like, we see you on these cameras. You know we can see you, right? Okay, and this is assault and like simple battery. Like, you going to jail. Who called the police? Nobody called the police. Like, we see you on these cameras. We don't care that you know him. We don't care. You going to jail. Sha'carri, I don't care about you being Sha'carri. You Sha'carri going to jail. You going to jail. Arrested her then. She tried to act like she was the victim. I heard narcissistic stuff coming out of her mouth because she tried to make it his fault that she was getting arrested and his fault that she was acting a fool with him and fighting him in that airport. So I didn't hear any accountability at all. I heard she was supposedly the victim. So she lost me with that. She got rewarded after that because on the heels of her being arrested for domestic violence, she still was able to land a Nike deal, a Nike sponsorship deal, like an endorsement deal, which blew my mind. But whatever. Okay, maybe the deal was inked prior to that or whatever. So she ended up getting money endorsement through Nike. Okay, which is where she got the money to be driving an Aston Martin from. Because you just don't go get an Aston Martin, okay? Now here you are again, back in the news, not for your talent, not for winning a race, not for something good, but you back in the news again because you are a hyena that cannot change its spots. They took you out the boneyard, but I don't know what they did that for, because that's where you belong and that's where your mindset is at. Okay? So you are back again, getting arrested on a reckless speeding because you are doing over 100 miles per hour in a regular traffic on the expressway. There's no way on God's green earth that you were supposed to be doing over 100. And listen, let me tell you something. They drive fast in Florida anyway. So you doing over 100 is insane. Okay, especially with regular traffic on the expressway. You know, I can almost see you doing 100. You know, I'm not against speed. But you got to know when to do that. You know, with nothing but highway in front of you, ain't no traffic. Go ahead. I'm a proponent of speed. I'm not scared of the gas pedal. But you have to be smart with if you're going to do that or not, and when are you going to do that. She did that in front of the police. She cut the police off. That's what made them look at her. Because you rolled up fast, cut the police officer off. He didn't get on his siren right then. You cut him off. Already was going like 70 miles per hour. And you cut him off. So he said, well, let me watch you for a little bit and see what you gonna do. Cause you looking about like you about to act a fool in this SUV. We gonna see it though. Sure enough, she blinking people to get out the way. Slow down. You don't look like you drive that good, no way. Slow down. He pull you over. You immediately go into a whole spiel of non-accountability. A whole spiel of non-accountability. Now, what the rest of the body cam footage, that particular body cam footage did not show, is that the rest of the story is that her boyfriend, the one she was whooping on in the airport, was in another car, pulled in front of her, you know what I'm saying, pulled over to see what was going on. And I hear tell he got arrested as well. And like they found some weed on him or something like that. Okay. He gonna allow her to be his complete downfall. I'm not even gonna get into the babbling that she did. Oh, my tire, oh, my this and all that. Because the cop handled her perfectly. He was like, so you running around here going more than 100 miles per hour with subpar equipment? Is that what you telling me? Huh? That your tires ain't no good? How your tires ain't no good on a brand new Aston Martin? Girl, what is you talking about? I didn't even know I was speeding. He said, that's even worse because you out here doing stuff and you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Because it was a 65 mile per hour zone. She was only going like 70 at first because that's how fast the police was going. Police not really going to pull you over for 5 or 6, 7, miles per hour over the speed limit, especially on the expressway. They not really worried about that. You got to be doing some excessive speed or they bored for the police to really be pulling you over for that. Okay, you got to really be speeding. They got to really be like, okay, you out of control at this point. Why you going so fast? Okay, why you going so fast? But here's my problem with Miss Sha'carri. I want to focus on her mindset. I want to focus on Miss Sha'carri's mindset. And the reason that I say you cannot take the boneyard out of a hyena, your wealth is attached to your mindset. And she is not going to have it long with the way that she carry herself. She's not going to have this long because she is a hood booger that is not going to be able to get out of her own way. For every step forward, she going to take two back. She not going to be able to actually capitalize on all of her talent and all of the wealth that her talent can actually bring to her if she had a different mindset. Because she keep that hyena, stupid, I do what I want to do, can't nobody tell me type of mindset, she gonna lose her money. She's going to start losing her money. Anybody that would have endorsed her beyond Nike, back up, because you keep getting arrested. This is the second time you done got arrested. And I don't care if it's so-called minor things, because to me, domestic violence is not minor. But I'm assuming that she has not had any felonies yet. So these are misdemeanors, things that she's going to be able to bail herself out from. But you're building foolishness, which is going to take money out of your pocket. And this is what happens when somebody that does not understand how to build themselves and get wealth through building themselves loses their wealth. This is why when Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men, and I would include women in that in terms of being able to build wealth, this is why he did not include athletes and entertainers. And that's not to say all athletes and entertainers are dumb or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that there's a difference between a person who has a talent and somebody paid them for that talent that they have versus a person that actually works through all 10 of their values. Okay? Because I've spent a lot of time talking about the internal. We're going to start talking about the external, and we're going to start talking about wealth. Because I've told y'all many, many times that wealth is tied to your spiritual value. And your spiritual value comes from like your moral compass. It gives birth to your morality, your integrity, and all of the various internal things, or whether or not you are POS or not, basically. And a person that has to work on all of these things, who has to work it from the ground up. So when we say getting it out the mud, it's not just doing actual practical things, man. You know, I went and hustled this way, I hustled that way, I got in these doors, I got in those doors. The grind, getting it out of the mud, also includes, and more importantly, it includes a change of the mindset. The first thing you got to change in order to go from a poverty mindset and being in survival mode all the time and not being able to get no money and not being able to get no opportunities and things of that nature, the first thing you got to do is change your mind. And a lot of athletes and entertainers don't have to go through all of those steps because they have a talent of some sort that somebody is willing to cut a check for. And even if they are not a good human being or they don't have a lot of integrity, somebody is still gonna cut a check for them if their talent is enough. Right? If the talent is enough, they're going to cut a check for them. But if you are a person that had to dig it out of the mud for real, there wasn't any particular entertainment kind of talent that you had. You may have other talents that other people wouldn't have cut a check for. You got to cut your own check for it. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do when anyone talks to, listens to any wealthy person, a person who has amassed wealth, the first thing that they're going to start telling you is the mindset had to change. Before they could see a dollar, before the business took off, before the ideas came, before the inspiration came, before the tangibles presented themselves, the first thing they had to do was say, I can't think how I've been thinking, because whatever I've been thinking has not yielded me any result that I actually want. I'm actually not getting good results. So the first thing I have to do is change how I'm even thinking about money, wealth, business, myself, all of that. And then they start thinking about and looking into the characteristics of the people who have already been successful. They look at those things. They study those things. What are these people actually doing? What are they really doing? Beyond, okay, they ran a business and the business was lucrative. Why was the business lucrative? How did they get there? From not having nothing to having all of this. How did they do that? And inevitably, every time you listen and hear a person who has wealth, they had to stop thinking in the boneyard. Stop having an impoverished mind. That means a lot of foolishness that they had to stop doing. All that hanging out, all of that. I'm not paying attention to details or anything like that. I don't have no aspirations, no ambitions about nothing. I'm just going about my day and hoping that my life turn out. What they start doing is being very intentional about everything that they're doing, being very intentional about the thoughts that run through my head, being very intentional about the steps that I'm taking. Because if I want to be wealthy and successful, I have to take certain steps in order to obtain it and furthermore to maintain it. And Miss Sha'carri is not maintaining. She's barely in the door. And she's about to blow it. Because everything she doing is haphazard and chaotic. Let me go to a quick commercial break. I'm going to be back. I'm going to read the super chats. And we're going to break down a fool and their money soon partying. But after these messages, we'll be right back. So I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If this is the first order that you're going to make, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. If you need your skin to be looking and smelling and feeling its absolute best, you need the body butter that's on the screen right now. Once again, that link is ashkicking.com. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Okay, I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me take a look at the super chats as well. Thank you, Welt B says she immediately starts lying and making excuses as soon as she opens her mouth, just like in the airport. And this is a key sign of somebody that does not take accountability. Thank you, Veronica, for your super sticker. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, David, for your super sticker as well. Hey, what's going on, Too Tall? Been a member for 20 months. I appreciate that level of support. And thank you once again for the super sticker. I appreciate you so very much. And also thank you, Charles Bullet, for your super sticker as well. I appreciate you as well. Okay. Why a fool and their money is soon part. She doesn't understand, doesn't know, and probably doesn't care yet. She thinks that her being young and her being Sha'carri is going to mean something to somebody other than her. And that she is owed. This is a sense of entitlement that we're witnessing. A lack of accountability comes from a lack of any type of spiritual connection, because that's where you get accountability from. To have something in your integrity, something inside of you that helps you do self-reflection. And then once you're doing self-reflection, that is where that accountability comes from. Let me stop for a second and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. She right now is still as careless as she was in college, as careless as she was prior to being able to go to the Olympics. This is the same person that was ineligible because of the weed. She's doing the same stuff. She's doing the same thing. She has not grown up yet. And Sha'carri gotta be in her mid to late 20s at this point. The Olympics is every 4 years. So she lacked discipline. The type of discipline that she lacks is how you do anything is how you do everything. She thinks that if she trained good, then the running and the Olympics take care of itself. Outside of my training and the coaches and my running and stuff like that, I should be able to carry my life how I want to in the chaotic, crazy fashion that I want to carry it, without thinking about being intentional about what I do and why I do it. She's not protecting her brand. She's not protecting her name. She's not protecting Nike's brand by being associated with them and being arrested. She's not protecting none of it. This is why I say you can't take the boneyard out of the hyena. She's not protecting none of it. She think that's going to take care of herself, of itself, the running and the track. She's not understanding that not only is the talent the bread and butter, but the rest of, you got to do the rest of it. If you want to keep that gravy train coming, you got to do the rest of it, because there's going to come a day very soon where you're going to be too old for the Olympics and stuff. You're not going to be able to do all that running. You're not going to be able to do that. Okay? Athletes typically have a short lifespan. And it behooves athletes to parlay their brand into something else and be mindful of it in their prime, so that when they're no longer in their prime, when they're no longer winning the races, they can still maintain the lifestyle that they were able to acquire through endorsements and things of that nature. Because track and field in and of itself don't pay you like that. You only get paid when you are a part of endorsements and things. That's what pays you. That's what pays you. The Olympics is still, for whatever reason, considered amateur. So it doesn't pay you. So when athletes try out for the Olympics, they doing that for the love of the game. They're doing that for the love. Because getting that gold medal means something. Getting a silver medal means something. Getting a bronze means something. It means that you were the top 1, 2, 3 in the world in that particular discipline. Okay? You beat out your local people, you beat out the regional people, you beat out national people, and you were able to get on that podium in either spot 1, 2, or 3 for the entire world, and you hold that spot until the next Olympics. If you are talented and fortunate enough to actually medal in the Olympics, that is when you get an opportunity to get endorsements, sponsorships, contracts, this, that, and the third. Okay? That's where you get your money from. So it could be, because it used to be a big thing when you were an Olympian and you got to be on the Wheaties box. Back when Wheaties was a thing, right? That was an accomplishment. You got endorsed by that. Wheaties would endorse the gold medalists and things of that nature. So this is how she got the Nike endorsement. Okay? Going over there, it was a big thing. Beating Jamaica, because Jamaica had been holding it down, especially for women's track and field. Okay? America had not been beating them Jamaican women at all. This time they did. Sha'carri was a big part of that. So she was able to get the endorsement from Nike. How you gonna keep it? If you getting arrested, you're not bigger than the program. Let's start there. You're not bigger than the program, and she thinks she's bigger than the program. And every time somebody think they bigger than the program, that's when the program spit them out. You're not bigger than the program. Okay? You are not bigger than the program. You have to protect your brand. And if you're not going to do that, that money don't have to stay with you. You will be parted because you're a fool. What makes you a fool? Because you don't keep up the integrity that it takes to maintain wealth. Got no integrity. Got to be careful about your name, your brand, your image, your appearance value. You have to be careful about all of that. If you're not going to be careful about it, who says you have to have money? It's a lot of talented people that never get paid for their talent. A lot of talented people that mess themselves up because can't nobody get along with them. Mess themselves up because they too chaotic. Mess themselves up because they're always the victim. I forgot that guy's name. He went viral this past summer when he was in an interview and he was like, man, I'm on EBT. And he's like a singer or a producer or something like that. He was supposed to be in the industry, working with a lot of people, but he never was able to actually get to the point where he felt his talent should have put him. I forget this guy's name. And people was like, oh man, why come other people won't help him? He on EBT. But the more that I looked at him and the more I watched him talk, I was like, oh, no wonder you where you at. You the victim. Everywhere you go, you the victim. Everybody doing you wrong. Everybody do you wrong. Everybody hating. Everybody got something against you. You part of the problem. You the problem. Right. Kevin McCall. That's his name. You part of the problem. You study in crazy situations with DV everywhere you go. Every girl you with say you lay hands. And when you lay hands, you ain't praying when you lay hands. Every woman you with say the same thing. That you volatile. You get out of control. You super emotional. Everything tick you off. Everything set you off. Like ain't nothing they can do to not set you off. That's why you can't make it. Have nothing to do with nobody hating on you. Ain't nobody hating on you. You do this to yourself. You can't get along with nobody. You can't get along with the women that you be with. You can't get along with the men in the industry. You can't get along with people who would give you a leg up and stuff like that. You burn all your bridges before you can't get across the bridge good enough for you burn it. You setting the bridge on fire in the middle of it, you got to hurry up and run so you don't fall because you done burnt the bridge. What? You a bridge burner. Don't nobody feel sorry for that. And don't nobody feel sorry for Sha'carri either. I don't feel sorry for her if she lose her endorsements, if she don't make it, if she doesn't make the most out of herself. I will not feel sorry, and there will be no one to blame except for her. And the way that she act and the way that she do things, she'll be the victim. She'll be the victim. It'll be somebody else's fault. That boy better get away from her. That little boyfriend of hers better get away from her. She's a narc. She's a narc. See, people want to think that narcissists, it's not a lot of them. Yes, it is. It's just not as diagnosed. It's very few diagnoses of a narc, but that would track because most narcs would not go to therapy to get diagnosed because in a narcissist's mind, they don't have a problem. Everybody else is the problem. So why would they go to therapy? Narcissists are narcissists. They don't feel like they got an issue. They don't feel like the problems that they have in their life are caused by them. They feel like it's everybody else's problem. They're not doing nothing. They're doing everything right. Why would they be highly diagnosed? They're not going to the therapy to get diagnosed. They ain't sitting in no psychiatrist's chair to get no diagnosis. Or diagnosis for what? In a narc's mind, they perfect. And they ain't never did nothing. So of course, it's not a whole lot of narcs that are diagnosed. They would not be in therapy to get diagnosed because they're narcissists. So that makes sense to me. She a narc. And the longer he stay with her, the more he'll be a victim of narcissistic abuse. But she's not only narcissistically abusing him like in a mental and psychological way, she's also doing it physically. She's doing it physically. She puts her hands on him. And then she weaponizes that she's a woman. Because I could hear that in the airport incident when the police were actually arresting her. She looks at her boyfriend and like, so you're just gonna let them arrest me? You're just gonna, as if he could stop them from doing it, and also as if it were not her actions and choices and decisions that led to her getting arrested, like it was his fault that she was hitting him. And that's literally what narcs be thinking. You made me do this to you. So since you made me do this to you, it's your responsibility to alleviate me of accountability. I should not have to face any consequences for the things that I do to you because ultimately you put me in a position to do them to you. So this is your fault. So when I put you in these positions, when I disrespect you, when I dishonor you, when I talk crazy to you, when I treat you bad, you're not supposed to have a valid reaction. You're not supposed to crash out. Okay? And if you crash out after I done treated you crazy, then what are we doing? You're not supposed to You're not supposed to have a bad reaction to me. She's going to be his ultimate downfall. Ain't nobody going to deal with him on a personal or a professional level as long as he's dealing with her, and as long as she going to keep being in trouble, in and out of little trouble, because it starts with misdemeanors and stuff is not a felony, but she don't believe fat meat greasy. Sha'carri don't believe fat meat greasy. Narcs never do. They don't be believing fat meat greasy, but they always eventually overplay their hand and things go out of whack for them. Okay. She don't believe fat meat greasy. You could tell by the way she was trying to out-talk that officer. She's not even very smart with it either. She's a rare one, because usually narcs are kind of smart, and she not. She a little bit of an idiot. So because she could not talk herself out of the ticket. Not that she was going to talk herself out of it anyway, but the foolishness that she was saying didn't even halfway make sense. So like, what are you saying? Girl, if you don't shut up. You should have sat there and took the L, but narcs don't take L's very well, because they can't take responsibility and accountability for the stuff that they do. Oh, please, I can't go to jail. I'm going to go to jail. You absolutely going to jail. Step out of the car, ma'am. Don't nobody care about all that. Nobody care about all of that. Get out the car. Put your hands behind your back. He said, make some phone calls. Tell some folk you need a $500 bond, because you going to jail. Right. And I'm going to tell you this much. Not only is he goofy for drawing attention to himself, he was doing what a person that be with a narc do. He was literally trying to take the heat off of her and like take whatever kind of accountability and charge that he could take to like get the heat off of her. It's too bad. Listen, he better get away from her. It's probably already too late. He need to completely leave her alone. She gonna take him down through there. She gonna take him through there. She gonna take him through there, baby. And he is not gonna like it. Somebody on Instagram said he deserved to go to jail with her at this point. Okay. Absolutely. She gonna take him right on down through there, and because she don't care nothing about him pulling over trying to take no heat up off of her, she gonna still argue. She gonna argue and she gonna make it his fault some kind of way. She must have thought she was in some type of corn video. I'll do anything, you'll do anything. Girl, give me your license and registration and insurance. I'll do anything. What? Girl, you must think this is an 80s corn scene. She said that towards the end. I do it. Just work with me. I'll do anything. The officer said, what do work with me mean? The body cam is hilarious. The body cam is insane. He's like, what do work with you mean? What do that work with you have? Like, work with you have? Like, what is you saying to me? Girl, if you don't give me your license, registration, and proof of insurance, and I mean on the double. On the double. Chop, chop. Is this your current address, girl? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for the foolishness. I'll do anything. Listen, I might come back and hit y'all tomorrow. Because you know what I want to talk about with y'all before I get off of here. We got to talk about that. Y'all seen that clip with Hamp and Nothing But the Truth? The pick me versus the pandering. And that the young sister Aaliyah called old boy up. We got to go over that. We got to go over that. We got to go over that. Not today. Tomorrow, God willing, we have to go over there. I might hit y'all tomorrow with that. I take it that you saw it, Thanos. I take it that you know what I am referring to. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. But before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Once again, I was live on Instagram. If you're over there, don't forget to hit the follow button over on Instagram. If you're on TikTok as well and Facebook, I'm the Crimson Cure. Everywhere on all social media platforms, I'm the Crimson Cure. So all you have to do is type in Crimson Cure. I pop right up. And I want to thank you guys. Oh, let me hit the super chats. I have one more super chat. Thank you to Be Amazing. Say you're great. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you guys for rocking with me for as long as y'all have been rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate you guys, but I am going to get on up out of here. Okay. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.